Hello everyone, this is Raafat Mahmoud Zaini and welcome to the Ice Cream of Success podcast. Today's episode, Books and Sandwiches. I admit that I don't play games nor miss playing them. However, that doesn't mean I don't have fun. Only my definition of fun is unconventional, for I have found joy in reading since my early childhood. I don't know why or how that came about. Books create a parallel universe for me. I interact with their characters and enjoy all their remarkable detail. I read all the comics I could get my hands on. My favorites were Mickey Mouse and Samir's cartoons, which my father would bring back from his frequent trips to Egypt. I would immerse myself in Mickey's books, living tales of angry Donald Duck with his elegant lover Daisy and his mischievous little nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I imagined living with Uncle Scrooge in his grand mansion and sampling Grandma Duck's delicious pies. I would picture myself joining Mickey and Minnie on one of their picnics in the park, sitting on a red and white gingham sheet with a basket full of sandwiches. An image that I tried to recreate in my family's backyard. Unfortunately, my brother and sister always managed to ruin the mood, and the sheet was a different color. I even tried to make similar toast sandwiches cut into triangles. Finally, I settled for a panini-style bread stuffed with creamy white cheddar cheese, and that's it. Prepared with a sandwich in one hand and a book in the other, I would dive into fantastic worlds of magical creatures and superheroes. I flew with mighty Superman and rode with Batman in his fancy Batmobile around Gotham City, a city modeled after New York City with its skyscrapers. I used to think Batman and Superman lived in Lebanon, though, as the Arabic comics named Batman Subhi and Superman Nabil Fawzi. With time, I moved from children's comics to young adult novels. Then finally, I entered the mystery and thriller world through Arabic fiction, from the riddles of the 5 adventures to the epic action of the 13 devils, an undercover organization made of representatives from across the Middle East that battles mafia bosses worldwide. They had Qais, a Saudi member, which made me hopeful that one day I could also join a secret vigilante group and become a hero. After that, I started reading adult literature from my father's library. Then I read classical works by famous Egyptian authors like Tawfiq al-Hakim's The Return of the Spirit and Yusuf al-Sibai's As-Saggamat, where I walked through old parts of Cairo and experienced its drama. And so, my appetite for Egyptian cinema was awakened. During high school, I tapped into romance. I strolled through romantic settings in reading novels by Abir. The level of detail effectively transported me to cozy cottages and magnificent castles, where I felt everything from scent to the breeze. This ignited my curiosity for storytelling, so I started reading about behind-the-scenes production and filmmaking. I dreamt of becoming a movie star, following the footsteps of my father's cousin, the legendary comedian and late actor Lutfi Zaini, and having a chance at stardom. I remember my futile efforts, with the help of my friend, the musician and composer Mamdouh Saif, to audition for a role with the late actor Muhammad Hamza, the lead actor of Asabi' al-Zaman. When I went to college, my dreams of becoming an actor receded, and I moved on to reading foreign novels by Agatha Christie and other famous authors at the time. I watched favorite American series such as Dallas and Dynasty, aired on Bahrain 55 channel, with other college students, of course. I expanded beyond fiction after college. I read books on self-management, biographies, the history of creative organizations, management, and technology. Books mirrored phases in my life. Topics varied from marital relations, child rearing, and children with special needs. Specifically to autism, for my son Man was on the spectrum. Finally, I turned to cassettes and CDs for long drives, ending with online audiobooks applications like Audible. Who knows what will come next anyway? In summation, reading allowed me to fly in worlds of imagination and magic beyond my leathery car seat, steering wheel, steaming cup of coffee, or scrumptious sandwiches. But unfortunately, I was stationary most of the time and munching on bread while soaring in different realms. As a result, I became chubby, but that's a story for another time. Thank you for listening and hope to see you next time.